we're going to look at the mix and matchness of everyday life. At this time on Earth, there is a lot of mixing and matching of things, people, places, situations. There may even seem to be a mismatch of complications, intrusions, infiltrations. These are all invitations, spontaneous invitations, inviting us to pay attention to what we feel, how we react, how we respond to these invitations. If we hold them as invitations, it seems to be easier to respond rather than react to them. When an invitation arises, whether it's to an invitation to receive $1 million, or it's an invitation to receive moving out of one's home, an invitation to move, when seen through the eyes of presence, is received by this seemingly neutral acceptance. The invitation in and of itself has no power over us in terms of our reaction or response. It's just an invitation. When there's a reaction, whether it be fear, anger, sadness, no matter what the reaction is, there is only to be present to the reaction, not try and get rid of it, but to be present to it. So an invitation arises, and we meet each invitation equally. The responses and reactions don't seem to be equal. Sometimes we respond with intense emotion, and other times, intense emotion, either what we call positive or negative. And sometimes we receive an invitation with a pretty neutral response. Anywhere in between neutral, no reaction, neutral, and intense is available in terms of our responses. The key is to be present to whatever the response is, no matter how neutral or intense. This noticing, being present to what happens in us is a saving grace. It is the grace of awakening consciousness. We could even say that awakening is no more or less than being aware of what is right here, right now. as our experience, being aware of what is right here, right now, as our experience. This is what we call being awake, receiving the invitation that comes from no other than our own beautiful, infinite selves. The willingness to meet this invitation, to meet this potential awakening, is key. Being willing to meet whatever is here. This is our natural way of being. The openness to meet whatever is here. This is natural. The resistance, the fear, the pushing away, or the holding on to. This we can consider unnatural, for it is an expression of a very limited, separate self mindset. And it is easy. It seems to be so easy to view ourselves as a separate person. For this is what we've been taught. And now we're inviting ourselves to no longer see or experience from that separate self, but from the infinite, divine, one self, the one field, the one love. So let us be very gentle with ourselves as we come in contact with all the mishmash of invitations. Let us just notice what happens in us in response to the invitation. Being gentle, being kind to ourselves, being willing to let whatever the reaction is be here. Just let whatever is here be here. As we respond with kindness to ourselves in any and all expressions and reactions. So, shall we in this moment feel, sense, and be aware of the kindness that we are? The kindness that is an essential quality of this presence that we are. Let us feel this kindness toward ourselves and others and the world. Let's take a few moments of quiet to be this kindness, to feel it, to know it, and to let it expand as the beauty of what we are. And when we'll feel complete with this experience of kindness, we can open our eyes. Take all the time you need.